Howdy friendos, my name is Stuart and welcome to another superhero film that got inevitably rebooted into something worse with the passage of time. Today we'll be looking at the BPRD agent, the paranormal hunter with the right hand of doom, Unang Rama, I think I'm saying that right, better known as Hellboy. Created by Mike Mignola in 1993 as a convention sketch, he was eventually fleshed out into his own indie comic book. Today, Hellboy is probably one of the biggest successful indie comic superheroes out there outside of Spawn. He's been in crossovers, animated films, video games, and 3 live-action movies. Well, more now. We'll be covering the Del Toro movies, originally released in 2004, and a sequel in 2008, starring the fantastic Ron Perlman as Hellboy, Doug Jones as Abe Sapien, and a fantastic supporting cast. Even though it does star my new favorite Marvel character, go see Black Widow's alignment video, we will not be covering the David Harbour 2019 movie. Hellboy is the son of a demon and a witch that was summoned during the Rogue World War II experiment conducted by the Nazis and Grigory Rasputin. Yes, that Rasputin, which doesn't make any sense, but whatever, we're moving on. Raised by Professor Broom, Hellboy was trained to become the world's best paranormal investigator, and now that it's 2004, Hellboy is being pulled into an adventure that deals with his origins. Despite being over 60 years old, Hellboy has a lot of personality traits like a teenager. He's impulsive, cocky, and tries to sneak out for misadventures. Despite this, he does have a love and admiration for his father, and does take down the things that go bump in the night. He's kind of like a slightly more impulsive Supernatural brothers. Actually, he's probably exactly... Dude, we should get a Supernatural Hellboy crossover. Why didn't we ever get that? Oh, man. Sorry, I'm just popping off now. I just really like that idea. Anyway, sorry. Hellboy's chaotic good, even at the start of the movie. There's not much more to say. He hunts things and doesn't afraid of anything. Let's go.
Just because the apocalypse is here doesn't mean you can't look and feel your best. My exclusive kaiju harvesting and preservation process can provide you with all the kaiju organs, tissue, and bodily fluids you need to lose weight, look younger. Our products are 100% authentic and non-toxic, so don't wait one more minute. End your suffering, enhance your life, and be the best you can be before we all become extinct. Call, click, or look for the kaiju symbol at your local black market today.
Oh, look at that cute little Hellboy. No character ding. No, he doesn't. He doesn't get a character ding.
I hate those comic books. They never get the eyes right.
Hellboy meets John and immediately doesn't want him as a liaison. John is making a lot of rookie mistakes, sure, but Hellboy isn't helping. He also gives Agent Clay a tough time ragging on his hair implants. Let's just go with chaotic neutral.
Father's back. Still angry?
Well, you did break out.
We find out that Hellboy snuck out and went to see Liz Sherman, a former BPRD member who is getting help. This got him grounded, and as seen earlier in the movie, the BPRD had to go on TV to cover his existence. Chaotic neutral.
Outside, I could be outside.
You mean outside with her?
Don't get psychic with me, fella.
So a good character moment, Abe and Hellboy have a pre-mission talk. Hellboy wants to be out with Liz and is going through some teenage angst, while Abe is trying to tell Hellboy to give Liz some time since she left the BPRD. I'm sure I've been saying different acronyms this whole time, but we're going to go with that. Anyway, chaotic neutral.
Perfect job for these babies. Made them myself. Holy water, clove leaves, silver shavings, white oak. The Wakes.
When Hellboy arrives, he listens to Broom and tries to hide a cigar as well, and tries to keep the monster Sammy contained. He does get a cocky a few times during the fight, turning his back on Sammy, not getting checked out after his injuries and possible infections. Still, he goes all out to obliterate the monster. Chaotic good. Upon finding Sammy initially, Hellboy goes in alone and tries to talk with the monster. While he is being cocky, he is also trying to go for a peaceful solution, though is armed and ready for a fight if he needs it. Neutral good.
Child. All grown up, I see.
During the fight, Hellboy runs briefly into Rasputin. Rasputin is also very instantly sketchy to Hellboy. Hellboy does respond ready to shoot him on the spot, but he is willing to negotiate, I guess. Lawful good. When John steps in to help, Hellboy chastises him. As he puts it,
Nobody helps me.
He does relent and gets John to reload his gun and save him from oncoming traffic when Sammy tries getting away. Neutral good.
Fireproof.
Once the mission is done, Hellboy immediately goes off to visit Liz. He also doesn't stay to make sure Sammy, who came back at least once during the fight, stays dead. He also steals a pack of beer on his way over. Just chaotic neutral, I guess? Horny teenager being horny teenager.
Listen, HB, I've got a chance out here. So if you really care about me, you won't come back.
Hellboy tries to convince Liz to come back to the BPRD, although with no success. He is doing this less because he thinks Liz is ready or the organization needs her, and more that he misses her. So I'm just gonna say neutral.
Oh no, not again. Oh no, stop it!
After Liz has a psychokinesis episode, helped along by Rasputin, Hellboy again insists that Liz be here despite her insistence that night before that she was fine. When John offers to go, Hellboy becomes very angry and lashes out at him. Chaotic neutral, I guess?
We should go back and request a special permit, type 2.
In order to locate and destroy all the eggs Sammy may have laid, Hellboy does some good property damage to get to them. Chaotic good.
Didn't I kill you already?
Hellboy plays cowboy and abandons Clay and the other agents after seeing Cronin. This does lead to the agents getting slaughtered by all the Sammys, Cronin, and another fight out in public with a Sammy. Not good look. Chaotic neutral. During his fight with a Sammy, Hellboy finds a box of kittens and protects them during the fight. Neutral good, I guess.
Because in the end, after you've captured every freak out there, there's still one left. You.
Manning, the director of the BPRD, scolds and antagonizes Hellboy for being reckless in the field. Hellboy is aware of his mistakes and tries to keep it together before being pushed too far and lashing out. Chaotic neutral.
Nothing's changed. Home sweet home.
Upon seeing Liz, he is thrilled and even congratulates John for convincing Liz to come back. He then begins immediately writing a love letter, only to discover Liz and John are going to get coffee together. He is fuming and decides to sneak out and watch what they do. Stalking is not a good action, especially trying to sabotage their get-together with another onlooker. Because this is just kind of being a dick, I'm gonna go with chaotic evil? Technically? Like, chaotic neutral, arguable, but come on, like, this is not okay. After the death of his father, Hellboy falls into a depressive slump. He agrees to go kill Rasputin, but also has a one-on-one with Liz. He lashes out saying Liz can be with John since John is normal, and Hellboy wants what's best for Liz, so chaotic good, I guess?
Hi there.
Upon arriving in Russia and needing to locate Rasputin, Hellboy opts to speak to a corpse for directions. He does drag him along, so neutral?
Say hi, Ivan.
Hellboy tries to be more regimented with orders and convinces Manning to follow him. Remembering how Hellboy lashed out, argues back, which causes Yvonne and Lime's re-death and death. Still, Hellboy was trying to be diplomatic and tries to save Manning by letting him go through the closing door. Lawful good. Hellboy fights Cronin while protecting Manning. He does go for the kill, admitting that this is for Trevor's death. This does earn him Manning's respect and a new way to smoke a cigar, which in turn earns him a thanks. Chaotic good. After taking care of the Sammys, Hellboy, Liz, and John are captured by Rasputin. He tells Hellboy that he is the key to another world. Hellboy refuses to help at first after trying to break free from his confines, even when Liz's soul is on the line. It isn't until Liz is dead and Rasputin gets rid of Trevor's rosary that Hellboy finally accepts. Chaotic neutral? Hellboy transforms into Ananun Rama, his true self, and is seemingly possessed. He begins undoing the lock, starting to fulfill Rasputin's goals in order to bring back Liz. Chaotic good?
Remember who you are! You have a choice. Your father gave you that?
Thanks to John, Hellboy is able to resist completing the ritual. He tears off his horns and uses them to stab Rasputin. Chaotic good. As the final boss, the Behemoth, gets through, Hellboy takes a grenade belt and goes to sacrifice himself so John can keep Liz safe. He even gets close enough so that the Behemoth will try to eat him and the belt, beating the monster back. Liz is also able to come back, and she and Hellboy have a moment. Neutral good. Following the events of the first movie, Hellboy has gotten into more trouble. He's still working for the BPRD, but is now being seen more. He got John Mayers transferred to Antarctica, and leaves menacing hints to Manning of his pictures as target practice. Chaotic neutral?
I have one rule. Don't touch my stuff.
Oh, I get it.
Hellboy and Liz squabble, with Liz feeling confined by Hellboy. While Hellboy does try to be diplomatic, he did use her toothbrush for the cats. He also rushes away on a mission to avoid fighting more. Chaotic neutral, I guess?
Like a shadow in the night.
During the mission, which Hellboy promised Manning's bribe to be silent and talking to Liz about personal matters, Hellboy caused mass collateral damage to save his teammate and stop the Tooth Fairies. He also allows himself to be exposed to the world. Chaotic good. Hellboy watches the news with glee while Liz and Abe are mocked. Manning has his career destroyed and Hellboy couldn't be happier. This is a chaotic evil dick move.
Oh my god.
Damen und Herren, Johann Kraus, at your service.
After being exposed, the BPRD get John Kraus to be their field leader. Hellboy tries to one-up him on several occasions to challenge or mock his authority. Chaotic evil.
Down, you fools! What do you think you are doing? She's gonna eat the cat.
After getting a lead on the Tooth Fairies to go to the troll market, Hellboy breaks cover to stop a troll from eating a cat. He, in turn, uses a canary to threaten the troll and gain access to the troll market before punching it away. Chaotic neutral.
Welcome to the troll market.
Following Kraus's orders of radio silence and enjoying the troll market, Hellboy steps in to press some monsters for information. He does save Kraus from getting attacked. Chaotic good. Hellboy saves Abe and Princess Nuala from Wink, Prince Nuada's muscle. Hellboy only gets violent after Wink ruins one of the Cubans and eventually gets himself caught in a fatal trap. Hellboy doesn't save him from it. Chaotic good for helping Princess Nuala.
My brother needs this. The final piece of the crown of Beth Mora. And this map to the location of the Golden Army Chamber.
After Princess Nuala catches everyone up on Nuada's plan to revive the Golden Army, she insists on coming with them. Abe vouches for her and Kraus tries to object. Hellboy steps up and insists Nuala come with them, having just lost her father to kinslaying. Neutral good. After Nuada comes and summons the Forest God, Hellboy saves a baby from a car. He does have the baby during its fight before ignoring Nuada's temptation and killing the Forest God. Neutral good.
What have you done to my baby?
Baby's fine.
Hellboy returns the baby but is antagonized by the crowd. He is passive even when he's almost shot. Liz almost torches the crowd, but Hellboy insists on just going home without a fight. Neutral good. Actually, you know what? Lawful good.
I killed that thing. And for what? They don't even like me. I mean, they're afraid of me.
After Liz asks for some space, Hellboy has a chat with Kraus. Hellboy tries to leave before Kraus begins to prod him with losing his temper and breaking the containment suit. Hellboy didn't realize what would happen if he broke the suit, and Kraus did provoke him to prove a point about his temper. Chaotic neutral. Hellboy finds Abe and finds out about his attraction to Nuala. The two bond and have a sweet moment together, but it does end with them drunkenly hanging out and watching Liz sleep, so let's just go with chaotic good.
Then why don't you just start with me, your royal assness?
Hellboy goes out to fight Nuada after Abe was singled out by the protective Oni-chan. Hellboy doesn't hurt Nuada as Abe discovers the mirrored wounds from Nuada and Nuala. Hellboy takes a fatal strike in the process. Neutral good.
I'm his death, and I will meet him at each crossroad.
Hellboy reaffirms his love for Liz, even on death's door, and also asks what's wrong. This helps when Liz chooses to save Hellboy and reveal that she's pregnant. Hellboy prepares for his rematch with Nuada.
You're in love. Have a beer.
Oh, my body's a temple.
Well, now it's an amusement park.
No. The glandular balance.
Just shut up and drink it, would you?
Right, we might as well talk about Abe Sapien. So with Abe, he went from a character with minimal growth to massive growth in between both movies. In the first movie, Abe was more passive. He reacted to situations, acted as an aide to Broom and Hellboy to try to calm them both, and he even insists to Liz that freaks stick together. He follows the rules in contrast to Hellboy. In the sequel, however, this is challenged when he meets Nuala, and raptured by her empathic abilities, he begins to act irrationally and wants to save her. He even sacrifices the final piece of the crown to steal a jet to save her. He's still supportive to his friends, but now has to let himself feel and enjoy himself. Neutral good.
What the hell are you doing?
You would do the exact same for Liz.
Agent Sapien, no!
Hellboy doesn't judge Abe not giving up a piece of the crown. He goes to battle the Golden Army.
I challenge Prince Nuada for the right to command this army.
Hellboy uses his knowledge and infernal royalty bloodline to challenge Nuada into combat. He promises Abe he won't go for fatal blows, granting Nuada mercy. Lawful good.
The humans. They will tire of you. They have already turned against you.
After Nuala sacrifices herself to kill herself and Nuada, Hellboy, Liz, and Abe all opt to quit the BRPD, with Hellboy wanting to live a quiet life and raise his kids with his partners and his gun, which he kept. Chaotic good. It's kind of a shame a sequel never got off the ground for Hellboy 3. I know the series jumped the shark when Hellboy revealed himself, but the ideas that were leaked were pretty cool. Abe was going to get a spin-off movie called Hellboy Silverlance about his relationship with Princess Nuada and setting up a new BPRD. Another potential movie had Hellboy coming to the reality that he may need to accept his destiny to protect humanity, and it's kind of fascinating. You could really tell that everyone from the cast and the crew were really giving it their all. Plus, this, the Golden Army was directed by Del Toro, my favorite director ever. And the sets and costumes and attention to detail were on full display here. It's just a shame we didn't get another movie. But we got was pretty chaotic good. So yeah, do you think we should cover some more indie creations? I know we mentioned Spawn, but is there anything else you want to see? Scott Pilgrim, Ninja Turtles, or maybe other Hellboys? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.